This is a video and a playlist. This is Dreams and Vision playlist. We just read Genesis 37, where Joseph dreamed a dream of the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowing down to him, which pissed off his family. Joseph, later in 37, was sold. And then 38 is the story of Judah and Tamar. I think that's kind of unrelated. Joseph 39 is Joseph's earliest days in Egypt. Joseph was taken down to Egypt. Potiphar, the Egyptian, was one of Pharaoh's officials. He was the commander of the guard. Brought him from the Ishmaelites who brought him down there. The Lord was with Joseph. Everything was well. He was lodged in the house of his Egyptian master when the master saw how the Lord was with him and how the Lord made everything succeed that he turned his hand to. He was pleased with Joseph and made him the personal attendant. He was put in charge of Pharaoh's household. He was trusted with everything. And from the time he put him in charge of all his possessions, the Lord blessed the Egyptians out of consideration for Joseph. The Lord's blessings extended to household and estate possessions. He left Joseph to handle all the possessions that concerned himself with nothing beyond the food that he ate. And Joseph was well built and handsome. Sometime later, that master's wife looked desirously at him and said, "Sleep with me." He refused. And then all this accusation went down, and Joseph ended up in jail. Okay. And then there was a vision in chapter 40, which is what we're trying to get to. Maybe it's a dream of Pharaoh. So while Joseph was in jail, sometime later, the king of Egypt's cupbearer and his baker offended the king of Egypt, and Pharaoh was angry with these two officials, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, and put them under arrest and into the house of the commander of the guard and into the gallows where Joseph was a prisoner. And the commander of the guard assigned Joseph to them to attend to their wants, and they all remained under arrest for some time. Now both of them had dreams the same night, each with its own meaning. For the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were prisoners in the gallows. When Joseph came to them in the morning, he saw that they looked gloomy, and he asked the two officials who were with him under arrest, "Why these black looks today?" And he answered him, "We have had a dream, but there's no one to interpret it. Are not the interpretations God's business?" And Joseph asked them, "Come and tell me." So the chief cupbearer described his dream to Joseph, telling him, "In my dream, I saw a vine in front of me, and on the vine were 3 branches. No sooner had it budded than it blossomed, and its clusters became ripe grapes. I had Pharaoh's cup in my hand. I picked the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cups, and put the cup in Pharaoh's hand." "Here's the interpretation," Joseph told him. "The 3 branches are 3 days. In another 3 days, Pharaoh will release you and restore you to your place. Then you will hand Pharaoh his cup as you did before, when you were his cupbearer. But please be sure to remember me when things go well with you, and do me the kindness of reminding Pharaoh about me to get me out of here. I was kidnapped from the land of Hebrews in the first place, and even here I've done nothing to warrant this imprisonment." The chief baker, seeing that the interpretations were favorable, said to Joseph, "I too had a dream. There were 3 trays of cakes on my head. In the top tray there was all kinds of Pharaoh's favorite cakes, but the birds ate them off the tray of my head." And Joseph gave him the answer. "Here's the interpretation of it. The 3 trays are 3 days, and in another 3 days Pharaoh will release you and hang you on the gallows, and the birds are going to eat the flesh off your bones." And so it happened. On the 3rd day, Pharaoh's birthday, he gave a banquet for all his officials. He released the chief cupbearer and the chief baker in the presence of his officials. The chief cupbearer he restored to his position as a cupbearer. to hand Pharaoh his cup. The chief baker he hanged. It was as Joseph had said in the interpretation. The chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph and forgot him.